Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, please accept round of obeisances of Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisance. All give to Srila Prabhupada.
How are you, Prabhu?
I'm okay. How about you, Prabhu?
Very fine, Prabhu. Krishna's mercy, Prabhu, and all the devotees' mercy.
Hare Krishna. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swamiti Namine Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayane Gaurikadadamadaya Nagra Grama Tarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Krishna.
Om Ajnanatrimandasya Janajana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sabhidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Karamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Andeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sakarjatam Sagana Raghunathitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padana Sri Lalitam Sri Vishakam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namastute Tatpana Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanum Shude Devi Pranamami Hari Panchakalpatrubhatta Kripa Sindhu Evacha Patitanam Pavanepyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Seeking the blessing of Guru and Gauranga, all assembled Vaishnavas. So anyone to lead the prayers today, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva 3 times, then they can start chant this mantra. Sham Charan Prabhu, you want to try?
Yes, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, bro, you can chant this mantra.
Yes, Prabhu. Later we go.
Yeah, you can see the
I'm
the
saying.
screen.
Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narotanam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayat. Before reciting, Nasta Prayesh Abredesu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistike.
Thank you so much. Oh, you want to read the translation? Carry on, bro. Then you can come from this, yeah.
Okay. Before reciting the Srimad-bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And this is the next, bro.
Okay. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed. And loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, bro. Okay. And today verse, we're going to see which Yagna Purushas. Sorry, the avatar of the Lord. Okay, verse number 12, we cover up to 11, where Dattatreya last we stopped. So, and today verse is 12 is about Yajna Dev, 13 is Rishpadev, 14 about Prithu Maharaj, 15 about Matsya,
That's,
16 is Kurma,
mm.
then Devantri and Mohani Murti, Narsimha, Vamana, Parsuram, Vyasadev, Rama, and so where this is where we're going to cover all this the avatars. Then after the Ram, we're going to see Balram and Krishna, Buddha, and Kalki, and at the conjunction of the two yuga cycles. So, and today's sloka is Tapta Saptama Agyuktam Ruche Yagno Abya Jayate
Jaya.
Sa Yamada Suraganir Abdya Swayambhuvat Avataram. Okay, the seventh incarnation was Yajna, the son of Prajapati Ruchi, and his wife Sakuti. He controlled the period during the change of Swayambhu Manu and was assisted by the demigods such as his son Yama. So we can see now this is a powerful personality, and this is the Manu. So this is a incarnation. This is about the Manu avatar of the Lord, you know. Okay, and this is the who are demigods. They are not supreme, but post. We have to understand this is just post. Who can occupy the demigod post? Any qualified living entity, even anybody here, they can qualify. When no one qualified, then will the post empty? No. Will be the Lord incarnate himself, the specific duration for the specific functions. Example, Krishna incarnate as Yajna to occupy the post of Indra, and during Swayambhu Manu time period. Sometime, what happened, the Lord will come himself to take the post if the post is empty. So don't worry about the post when there are no qualified person. So this is what Srila Prabhupada says. So any one of you want to read this?
I read that, Prabhu.
Please go.
Srila Prabhupada Uvacha. So you are marking that so many incarnation of God have been described. We are now in the 7th. So there is a chronological number, which incarnations. What is his chronological number? What is his father's name? What is his mother's name? And what are his activities? How the bodily feature, bodily feature. What is the missions? Everything is described in the Shastra. Nowadays, and any rascals comes and he says, I am incarnations. What is your father's name? Whatever it is described, whether in the Shastra, because incarnations, we cannot accept any rascals as incarnations without proper identifications. But it has become a fashion now. Any rascal comes, says, I am incarnation of God. So where is the mention? Some rascal says, I was formerly Rama and Krishna. Another rascal accepts, oh, you were Rama and Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. So you can continue with this.
So Sanatana goes.
Yeah.
So Sanatana Goswami, he was a minister. So to confirm this, he asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that how I can accept somebody's as an incarnation. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that is not difficult. Everything is stated in the Shastras, and from the evidence of Shastra, you can accept his incarnations. So our point is that you do not become so foolish and rascal that any rascal comes and poses himself as God, incarnation of God. You kick on their face. Please consult the Shastra, whether his name, his father's name, his mother's name, his feature of the body, his activities are collaborating with the Shastra. Then accept, otherwise don't. Yeah, it is clearly mentioned, Prabhu. Everything you have to follow the Shastras actually. So nobody can simply come and claim that, yeah, I'm the God and things like that. So if they claim me, then we have to ask all this, where is this, what is your father's name, everything, which is also referring back to the Shastra. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. So now, when you read this, when you go into Srimad-bhagavatam, now you understand. What we understand that we cannot simply accept anybody declare himself as a self-proclaimed person as a Avatar Purusha. Can we accept that?
No.
Cannot simply accept. Yeah.
Yes. So Shastra evidence needs. So now the many people outside, they encounter them, they proclaim themselves as incarnations. What Prabhupada asked to do them?
Their faces, Prabhu.
Kick on the face.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we need to kick in their faces. That's what Prabhupada said. Don't go and kick, no, otherwise we'll end trouble. Okay, so we need to be very careful and don't simply go and kick. Otherwise, Sarayu, then I need to come there. No, be careful. Don't.
Okay, Prabhu, I won't keep going.
So whenever someone you meet or you encounter, normally we in a society of the Hindu society or the Indian background society, we are facing this problem now where they came to us, they say this is Avatar Purusha, is my guru, you're doing this miracle, doing that miracle, this is happening now. But can we accept that blindly? No, we cannot accept that blindly. Everything need to be in a
The
Shastra.
Shastra.
Yes, then we need to consult. Sometimes they possess this, and we need to know. Even then, Prabhupada say, even we know that no, the father name is mentioned, the mother name is mentioned, and many things has been mentioned, but there are duty also there. Now recently, some of personality came to me. They say, Prabhu, you want to follow me? They are Kalki Avatar, no? The Kalki Avatar has already came. Then I say, did you know what's our understanding of the Kalki? And immediately, what happened? Immediately, that personality who are self-proclaimed become a Kalki. Then I say that, come on, sit, be cool. I cannot blindly accept that person is Kalki. Okay, now you might be encounter the same thing, maybe. So how to tackle this is very easy. You just need to either to speak with a person that invite you to show the avatar, either if you keep giving, don't waste your time and agree with him, just send him off. It's just simply waste of time, because when the Kalki came appear in this world, what is duty?
To get rid all the unwanted people, Prabhu.
Okay, did he preach?
He don't preach.
Don't preach. He just take his swords, just like this, finished his business.
Just finish it off. Yeah.
Yeah, finished off. This is the reason he came. So we need to know, basically, not blindly accept. Okay. And next. So role of ISKCON is to provide Shastra in multi-language for the people for all over the world to really understand who is the actual incarnation, who is not. This is the one of the role of ISKCON. And this is verse number 13. So any one of you want to take? Maybe can take turn, it'd be nice.
Astame meru devyam tu nabhirjata urukrama darsayan vartma dhiranam sarvasrama namaskritam. The eighth incarnation was King Rishva, son of King Nabi, and his wife Meru Devi. In this incarnation, the Lord showed the path of perfection, which is followed by those who have fully controlled their senses and who are honored by all their orders of life.
Thank you so much, Mother. So now we have understand the eighth incarnation of Lord is a King Shiva. So what specific duty are you doing? What the duty of these incarnations doing?
Show the path of perfection.
Yes, thank you so much. So he came and showing the path. So this is the duty. So now, in this context, we can see that Dhira, gentle and undisturbed by the sense, even there is a cause of disturbance. Example like Haridas Thakur was chased by the prostitute and later Maya Devi itself. And Adira means rough and disturbed even by slight agitation, almost all. So this how Dhiranam in the verse, specifically this verse stand. Then Ruru Kramaha means the Lord acts very wonderful things not possible by ordinary humans. So then Darshine Vartama to show the real part of life. Maharaj Rishibadev, he was the king, emperor of the world. So his incarnation are there in the Srimad-bhagavatam. He instruct his son, my dear boy. So this is from the chapter 6, if not mistaken, where Rishibadev will be there. Then, my dear boy, this human form of life is not meant for sense enjoyment, which is valuable in the life of dog and ox. It was his instruction. He instructs that human society should be dhira, self-control. That is ideal of human society. That is Vedic civilization. So this is teaching, no? Now, Swarva Ashrama Namaskritam is Sannyasi Ashram is honored by all order of life, Brahmachari and Grahastha Vanaprasth Sannyasi. So stage of Sannyasi from Srimad-bhagavatam, this is where you can see canto 5, chapter 1, verse number 27, where got a 4 stage, where one is Kutichaka, outside village, food supply for home, and Bahudaka, little more advanced, no food from home, but bags very little from multiple homes, and like Bumble, be Madhukari. So they'll just Madhukari, and Parivecharaka, traveling all over the world for preaching, and Paramamsa, after finishing preaching, stay in one place for further advancement, complete sense and control. So this is the reason where ISKCON Sannyasi been addressed as a Parivacharyaka of, and after that when they become departed from this spiritual to the spiritual world, we call them as a Paramamsa later on, because they will be after finishing they will be in one center, no, and the role of give a chance to Adira to become Dhira by training. So this is the role. And Sat Goswami say that Dhira Adira Janapriya Karo, Janapriya Karo. This is Rupa Sanatano Rado Yugo. So this is how the Sat Goswami Astaka. And Krishna consciousness movement is appreciable by both classes, Dhira and Adira. Those who are advanced by austerity, controlling the sense, and those who are very fallen of both of them. So they normally they will appreciate this, this is where we can see. And now, and verse number 14, where we're going to see about King Prithu Maharaj. So any one of you want to read this slokas?
Rishbir yachito bheje navamam parthivam vapu dugde mam osadir vipras tenayam sa usattama. O Brahmanas, in the 9th incarnation, the Lord prayed for by sages, accepted the body of a king Prithu, who cultivated the land to yield various produces, and for that reason the earth was beautiful and attractive.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, so any one of you want to read this?
Yeah, I'll read that. Role of ISKCON. So there was such a time, because Prithu Maharaj's father was a demon. He stopped all religious activities. Therefore, people became demonic, and there was restrictions of food supply. Then Prithu Maharaja made arrangement, and there was sufficient food stuff. Dak dimam usadir vipras tenayam sa usattama. Since Prithu Maharaja arranged the whole society to be religious, to be God conscious, everything become beautiful. This can be done even now. If people become Krishna conscious, the whole world will become beautiful, Vaikunta, without any anxiety. That is possible. because that is nature's law. Just like if you become criminal, the state police force will always harass you. You cannot get out of it. He will arrest you. But that is expensive job for the government because it requires extra police, extra management, extra everything. But if the people become honest, God conscious, so many expenditure will be reduced. Any money will be saved for spreading Krishna consciousness or for Krishna service. Then the whole world will become exactly as it was in the Prithu Maharaja's day. Reference SP lecture 134. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Basically, we can see here where Prithu Maharaj is a role model that we can take. His father was, anybody know the father of Prithu Maharaj? Who's that? Any clue? Is Anga Maharaj. When Anga Maharaj is, Anga Maharaj came from the King Vena. Is a descendant of Dhruva Maharaj. Is from Dhruva Maharaj. We can refer this in chapter 4 of Srimad-bhagavatam, canto 4 of Srimad-bhagavatam, where we can see when King Venam, he got a son of Angam, and he produced two sons. One is Nisada, because then the Brahmanas take decision to kill Anga because people are the common people where the citizen get disturbed, so no choice by the mantra, and they don't have a descendant from Anga Maharaj. They don't have a descendant from the Anga Maharaj. So what happened? They're turning the body. So first personalities came is Nisada, and Nisada, because he's not also qualified, so he was given to rule the Janga apart from that. And the next part where appears the Lord from the Lords appear from the body of Anka, where Prithu Maharaj came. And when Prithu Maharaj came, where Bhu Devi never give any grain supply for the people. Even Prithu Maharaj was giving all the spiritual important to the spiritual practice, but still the Bhumi Devi don't want to give, and Prithu Maharaj, because it's the incarnation of the Lord, the ruling incarnation of the Lord, was the Sakti Vesh of the ruling, the power of the managing power. So then the Mother Earth get scared, running away from Prithu Maharaj. So we can see how the Mother Earth and Prithu Maharaj have a conversation, and Prithu Maharaj, then the earth start to supply every necessity for the human being. So there are no question that if our parents are non-devotee or non-devotee, let's say they are asuras, it's not an issue. They're not an issue, because why I'm saying so that you still can practice a bhakti. This is this how we can take it here, and where we can see how Prithu Maharaj was showing example how to become a king ruling, where whenever the Magara or the poetry start to glorify Prithu Maharaj, where we can see he very politely say that I'm not qualified to such things. Even he are qualified. He say that I cannot accept whatever priest that you're giving. The reason is because why he say that in the future maybe people be imposter. Simply now we can see people are simply praising the polity. Even they're not doing, never do anything. We simply praise. Oh, you are the protector of the citizen. You are saving many lives, but you don't have anything deal with that. But we still simply to brag them up. We glorify these people, So then this is why we can learn where we shouldn't simply can praise anybody for the unworthy person. So we need to be careful whenever we want to glorify a person. So we need to be, if the person are qualified or not qualified. We can see how Prithu Maharaj as a king was showing example to the people how to do that, Then from that we can see how he never, like his father, or King Anga, was disturbing the citizens taxing them up, making them burden. Now we can see now what the same government is happening now. And now we can see partially everywhere where we can see that people are not really as Dharmavan who understands what the role position that they're taking, where they came for their own personal benefit. I'm not saying everyone, but most of them. So therefore, we need to understand from the Shastra Riddhi, where as the Lord came and appeared to the earthly planet to show example how to become king. So this is what we can learn from Prithu Maharaj. And now, after Prithu Maharaj, we're going to see Matsya, the fish. So any one of you want to read, welcome.
Okay, read, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Rupam sa jagre matsyam chaksu so da hi samplave avi aropya mahima yam apat vaivaswatam manum. When there was a complete inundations after the period of the Chaksusa Manu, and the whole world was deep within water, the Lord accepted the form of a fish and protected Vaivaswata Manu, keeping him up on the boat. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, bro. So now we can see that he came. Why Matsya came here? Any clue here what he came for?
The world was deep inside the water, Prabhu.
Yes, but simply he came here to do what? Yes, all world's induction with the water. Yeah, you are right. It's been mentioned here. Why he came?
To protect.
To protect whom?
Vaishvaswata Manu.
Why you want to protect Vaivaswata Manu? Because it's the Manu, the king. No, so we need, the king need to be, whenever when you protect the king, automatically the citizens will be protected. Then the king, where we can see where when the Matsya is there, then he bring the sages and he bring many things. Normally, where he is taking the noteworthy from here. From Vaivaswata Manu. So here the purport is Sridhar Swami, no deviation after each Manu. Actually, no deviations, that means no annihilation after each Manu, particularly this Manu. This deviation is taking happened. And because in a day of Brahma, how many Manus there? Any one of you know? 71 Manu. So 71 Manu, and 71 Manu. So then the Manu, so not every Manu that Matsya will come. So we need to know that. Jiva Goswami or Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti say, quote from the scripture that deviation take place after each Manu. So they are no and they are also yes.
Prabhu, hold on, Prabhu. The when you talk about Manu means is the king, is it?
Manu is a king that's ruling over each kalpa of Brahma, where we got a 14 Manu, where during Manus, not 71, is a 14 Manu and 71 Divya Yugas. They rule, each Manu ruling 71 Divya Yugas.
Okay, all right. Each Manu will rule 71 Divya Yuga.
Yes, this how should be. I'm sorry.
And 14 Manu is 1 day of Brahma, is it?
Yes, 1 day's Manu, yeah.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Yeah. 1 day Manu is a 14 Manu, and one Manu ruling for 71 Divya Yugas. So the Matsya incarnation to show special mercy to the King Satyavarta. This is a reason of Matsya. And now it's a Kurma, the 11th. So all the pastime is taking a different, sometimes it's different Manu, a different Kalpa, or sometimes might be counter whenever you heard some pasta, maybe you heard Narishima came from the pillar. This is what we heard. But most of some story might be heard that Narishima coming from outside. Sometimes you might be here Narishima coming from jump from the sky. So like that, whenever the Lord's incarnate in a day of Brahma, they're doing a multitask. So they are not specific, But this Srimad-bhagavatam is specifically is mentioned that in each the day of Brahma Kalpas. So therefore it is a Satyam. So therefore it's the king because it's complete with the 10 subject matter. So this is the reason. So then now the 11 is where we go to the Kurma. Sura Suranam Udidam Mat Natham Mandara Chalam. So Mandara Chalam is the eel of Mandara. Dadri Kamata Rupini Prishta Ekadas Vipu. The 11 incarnation of the Lord took the form of tortoise, who shall serve as a pavilion for the Mandara eel, which has been used as turning rod by the testes and etis of the universe. So they came to save the devas, the Kurmas. So he came to the purpose is coming is to become a pavilion for the Mandara eel, so that because the Mandara is not steady, and there are another in this, especially during this Kurma got 3 Vishnus there. Anyone know when the churning of the oceans, there are 3 Vishnus appear there? Anyone of you know who's are and where their places? Any guest? You can antam now, no problem.
Mahavishnu?
Yeah, yes. Where was Mahavishnu at the time?
No idea, Prabhu.
Okay. Okay. Okay, there was a Vishnu top of the Mandara hill, one as a Kurma down, the second one on top of Mandara hill, and the second one is in the side. He was the captain for the Devas. Was in the other side of the Devas, where he leading in Channing. So there are 3 Vishnus, one in top, another one with the Devas, become one of the members, helping assist them in a Vasuki as a rope, and down as a Kurma. So this is where we can see, where we can take it in where when we go to the canto 8 of this Srimad-bhagavatam, we can discuss this more further details. Don't think that these all are story. Sru Nam Mantahata. So how they can stand on the ocean, how they can churn. On this all are story. They are not story. It may be story for you, just like if you speak to the insects, Diwali Poka or insect of Diwali. They are not serious. They are fact, but we cannot accommodate in our poor tiny brains. There are some pastime. When Prabhupada was translated the Srimad-bhagavatam was when they were detected, and when they put it in the book, and when they say the churning of milk ocean, what happened? The disciple Srila Prabhupada must translate it to they can't think it. They think that the churning of milk, they cannot be churning of milk ocean. They say that maybe they are crossing the oceans. This is how they're putting in their own way of understanding, and Prabhupada correct them up. Sometimes we need to be with our poor tiny brain cannot work, because when he can create all this universal, for him to turning this milk ocean, is it a big thing? What do you all think? Is it a big thing when he can create this universal?
Not a big thing.
Yeah, it's not a big thing, right? So this is the reason where Prabhupada said Diwali Poka. Diwali Poka means the insect that during the Deepavali, where the insects will come, because the light, they will kill himself. This is where they call it Diwali Poka. So and so therefore the Shastra say Atta Sri Krishna Namadi Nam Bayat Grahayam Indrayaha. This Bhakti Rasamrta Sindhu 1.2.234 sloka. You cannot understand Krishna and God by your present imperfect sense. That is not possible. Na bhavet griyaham. You cannot accept or you cannot receive by your blunt sense. It's not possible. Then how it possible? I have my only asset is this blunt sense. How can I understand God? So you say yes, Sevan Mukhe E Jivadu Swayam E Supriti Ata. That means if you engage in devotional service, then God will reveal to you, here I am, here I am like this. Just like Arjuna, so Krishna, he understood God. So if we take the position of Arjuna, submissive, Shisheta Am Siddhimam Prapanam, surrender into the God by kindness, because you have surrendered, he will reveal to you. So this arm. Otherwise, by your by your so-called calculation, you cannot understand what is the greatest and what is the smallest. But these are things smaller than the smaller and greatest than greatest. This is the Lord, So when you want to understand the Lord is greater than greater, it's not something that we can perceive by our mental, because it's more than our understanding. The next is Devantri. Devantram Dvadashyam Triyodasamevacha cha Apyat Suran Anya Mohini Mohastriya. In the 12th incarnation, the Lord appears as Devantri. In the 13th, he alludes deities by churning beauty of woman and give nectar to the demigod to drink. So when the churning milk is happened, and another one more personality Vishnu came. Who's that personality name? Is Devantri. So he came to give the milk ocean, then the Mohini Murti. And in the 12 is a Devantri. In the 13, he allude is a in a form of woman, is a Mohini Murti. So in this 17th verse, where we the Prabhupada has mentioned two, Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam, specifically the sloka giving two personality in this verse. Ideal family life, wife duty to the follow husband. If you do not like your wife, then it's very difficult. This is the ideal life. So this how we can see. So where in this churning in the canto 8, where Prabhupada is mentioning how the married woman need to serve the husband. It's been mentioned there. So this is the reason where Prabhupada said the ideal family life is wife duties to follow the husband. In same time, sometime in the same purpose, sometime where the man misuse the word of, oh, Prabhupada say that the duty of wife to serve me. But sometimes the husband is not qualified. Prabhupada say that you can still give up that husband and live alone. There are some statement also. So therefore, don't misuse this world. As a husband, you also need to know what's your duty as a husband, and the wife also need to know both of the duties. So then it can be a balance of ideal family life. So this is how we can learning from the churning of milk oceans and the Devantri and the Mohini Murti in Canto 8 of Srimad-bhagavatam. And next is the 14 incarnations, where Chadurdashyam Narishimha Vibrat Daitrendra Murjitam Dadra Kareje Urova Ekam Kata Krityataha. In the 14th incarnation, the Lord appears Narsimhadev and created a strong body of the atheistic Hiranyakasipu. It is nailed just as carpenter purse a can. And is it necessary for me to tell about Narsimhadev? I think you all know about Narsimhadev. So if you want to know, you can more detail when we can go to the chapter 9, canto 9 of Srimad-bhagavatam. It's very nicely been discussed about Prahlad Maharaj and all this thing. And there's a 15 incarnation. So anyone of you want to read the slokas and the translations are welcomed.
Panchadasam vamanakam krutva gat adhavaram vale padatrayam yacha mana pradyadiptu pistapam. In the 15th incarnation, the Lord assumed the form of a dwarf Brahmana, Vamana, and visited the arena of sacrifice arranged by Maharaj Bali. Although at heart he was willing to regain the kingdom of the 3 planetary systems, he simply asked for a donation of 3 steps of land.
So is a Vamana, another one more pastime. Very nice pastime, also in canto 8 of Srimad-bhagavatam. And it's nicely described, where when Diti was waiting for Kashipa, and Kashipa came, and Diti, when he see Diti was an morose, and his husband asking why you're so morose, and Diti was telling that his children where Indra been be defeated by Bali Maharaj. And Bali Maharaj said that, then Kashipa said that you need to do Payovartas, then she doing a Payovarta, where we in ISKCON doing a Payovarta daily, where we need to do deity Panchamrta Abhishek, all these things we have been follow there when you go in chapter canto 8 of Srimad-bhagavatam, where then after that you can see, when you can see that then then when she was complete Vrita, Lord appear, and the Lord asked, "Oh Diti, what you want?" And she said that, "Please give back the kingdom, please make my children kill this Palin, all these things." And the Lord said that he cannot do anything. He can't do anything. And the Lord said that because why? She was satisfied. She satisfied Prahlad Maharaj as a devotee, and also Brahmana, a Sukracharya. Therefore, he cannot do anything, and he need to take the form as a dwarf, as a Brahmana, to beg from him, because the Lord, when you serve the Vaishnava, the Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas, the Lord obliged you. So the Lord will come and beg you. This is one of the learning point is in canto 8 of Srimad-bhagavatam. You can learn this story. And Bali Maharaj is one of the 12 Mahajan. So what service Bali Maharaj do? In our Veda Bhakti, specifically when we say that Saranam, we referring this. So when come to the Bali Maharaj, any of you know what service he have done? In the name, Atma Nivedanam.
He surrendered.
Yeah, it's Atma Nivedanam. Atma is giving himself.
Yeah, he surrendered himself completely.
Yeah.
One of the good examples. Yeah.
Yeah, we can see from here rejecting a bogus guru. Anyone who are obstruction to worship the Supreme Lord, we should reject immediately. This is bhakti. That is a bhakti. You can see when Sukracharya stopped Bali Maharaj to give the obligation. So when you want to obligation, you need to give water. Where Sukracharya stopped Bali Maharaj, and Bali Maharaj reject and still give. So even it's not pratikulya, so it's not for your favorable, but where anukulya grahanam pratikulya varjanam, so where it's pratikulya to the Lord's desire, then is advancement in Krishna consciousness. Anything favorable for advance for Krishna consciousness should be accepted. Anything unfavorable, that should be rejected. That is sarnagati anukulyana Krishna no salinam. This how we can see now so surrendering everything to the Lord. So and now in verse number 20 is Brahupati, is a Parusuram. So is a 16th. So any one of you want to read this sloka? Welcome.
Avatare sodasami pasyam brahma durho nripan tri sapta kritva kupito estram akarun mahim. In the 16th incarnations of the Godhead, the Lord, as Bhrigupadi, annihilated the administrative class Kshatriyas 21 times, being angry with them because of their rebellions against the Brahmanas, the intelligent class. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. So now we can see that how the 16th incarnation, why he came, why he killed 21 times of the Kshatriya. Why annihilated all these 21 generation of Kshatriya? The answers here in these slokas.
Is it the rebels? Because they rebelled against Brahmanas.
Yes. So now we can see this is where the Lord came and appeared. So responsibility of king or government is to make people happy by enlightening them in a spiritual knowledge. So we can see now people don't have spiritual knowledge. They are into too much of material advancement. Because of the material advancement, they become a self-motivated, or the greediness is there. So we can see many problems where they kill each others to success. So therefore, to make the people is only way is a spiritual practice, and not that how to make better arrangement for eating, sleeping, mating, or defending. Without that aim, no nation can become happy, no community can become happy. So at the present moment, we are in very, very deplorable condition. So no good government. Simply by changing by so-called parties, the government cannot improve. The government can improve when they as Krishna conscious person. So if someday you turn all people to Krishna consciousness, then you become president. So this how. No, because they want all, whenever you ask what you want to the general class of people, what they say, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. And even you give them whatever they want, will they say enough?
No.
They will keep asking. And I still remember I was helping one of the family, I gave them monthly groceries. Every month I'm supplying them groceries and all this thing. A point, and I know that the leader of the house, the husband, even though he was, he was a very talented guy where he have own business. So I assist him to open a business where, because I'm supplying all this thing, he become taking advantage on me. Then he don't he take the money and he don't open the business. And again, after a few months, when the money is finished, he come back to me. And then I say, no, wait. This happened a few years ago. So sometimes we can see this, when we give people the survival, also they can't, unless then I understood only spiritual knowledge can help them up and can change them up. So this is the next. So anyone want to read?
Tata saptada se jata satyavatyam parasara chakre veda taroshaka dristva pumso ipa medasa. Thereafter, in the 17th incarnation of Godhead, Sri Vyasadeva appeared in the womb of Satyavati through Parasara Muni, and he divided the one Veda into several branches and sub-branches, seeing that the people in general were less intelligent.
So why Vyasa appear in this material world?
Teach humans to divide the Vedas.
Divide the Vedas to several branches. No, that means, what does this mean? That means in the earlier, the only one Vedas, right?
Yeah.
It's only one. So he make it in the several branch. Why he make it several branch and sub branches? Why?
Because people were innocent.
Yeah.
People couldn't understand anything. It's too complicated.
Yeah, people are so complicated, or less intelligent in the age of Kali. So choice. So for them, he created all these things. So Vedas, so Brahmana, and present age is where everyone is born. Kala Sudra Sambhava, where everyone is a Sudra Sambhava, means everyone is a Sudra as an age of Kali. So the next verse number 22, everyone like it, this personality. So anyone of you want to read this? Welcome.
Okay.
Naradevatvam apana surakarya chikirsaya samudra nigrahadini chakre viryani athaparam. In the 18th incarnation, the Lord appeared as King Ram. In order to perform some pleasing work for the demigods, he exhibited superhuman powers by controlling the Indian Ocean and then killing the atheist King Ravan, who was on the other side of the sea.
So we can see the purpose of the Lord as a Ram to showing to pleasing the work of demigods, where Ravana was So the reason why, what does mean? In order to perform some pleasing work for the demigods, what does this stand? Surya Karya Chikirsayaha. What does mean? Is it any one of you there?
Cannot understand your question.
So I'm asking, why the Lord, what does this stand in order to perform some pleasing work for the demigods? What does this stand mean? What really the Lord's, why the Lords appear as a ram to pleasing work of the demigods? What this really stand for?
Still don't get it, Prabhu.
Okay, why the Lord need to please the demigods?
Because he took birth as Ram, who he wanted to show that he was a normal human being. Is it that?
No, in this verse, if you see in this verse, the translation is in order, Surya Karya Chikrisayaha. You say, in order to perform some pleasing work for the demigods, the Lord appears as Ram. Why appears Lord Ram? To perform some pleasing work for the demigods. What this stand for? What this really meaning for?
To teach demigods how to do their job.
Yeah. Okay.
No, Prabhu, really, I ran out of ideas already.
Okay, how about others? The clue is the King Ravana.
He wants to exhibit how to become a uttama purusha, is it?
No, but yes, one of the sense, but in this verse, particularly saying that in order to perform some pleasing work for the demigods. So
That mean in other words, he's citing to the demigods where he kills the atheists who are threatening all the demigods, is it?
no, really no. The Lord is not partial, really.
Okay.
It's not. Because the Lord is nirguna. Nirguna means the Lord is without guna. And normally the Lord is not siding anyone. Because Bhagavad Gita, he say that Sam Sarva Bhudeshu is equal to everyone.
Is it because that the demigods asked Krishna to kill Ravana, so he came as Rama, right?
Okay,
So
but it's not really okay. To make you all easy, okay, if you read Srimad Ramayan, how the kingdom of or the place of Ravana been described, how the city of Ravana been described.
Wealthy city.
Wealthy city, yes. Somehow.
It was as equivalent to heaven.
Equivalent to heavens. So if equivalent to heavens in this earthly planet, so how it possible? And the people there, you can see that Ravana's character, he like to steal all the wife of others and doing all the miscreant job. And how the kingdom of flourish? Why?
Because he been supported by supported by Lord Shiva, is it?
Yeah, it's not. Lord Shiva's not. We can't say that Lord Shiva support.
Even boon to him.
The boon. Yes, okay. The boon. You're already near to the boon. Yes, very good. Boon, and after you get boon, what do you do?
He misused it.
Yes, it's misused it. How he misuse it?
By challenging the existence of God.
He changing the demigods. He says he take out all the service of the demigods. He said that, okay, in my country, without my permissions, my son, he cannot go this degrees. The description of Lanka been described that they're not very hot summers there. It was very cool breezing, where 365 days, all the citizens been provided with air conditions. It's not in his only his palace, he supplying to all his citizens. When he stopped the work of the demigods, the administrations of demigods. Okay, let's say I want to die, and at time is King Ravana. I was one of the Asura, and I was in the palace of the king. I was in a citizen of Ravana. Can Yamaraj come and kill me? No, bring me back?
No.
No. So what do you do here?
So he stopped the order of planet, like
Yeah,
how the planet is supposed to revolve. He stopped it.
Yeah,
so nothing was moving forward.
Yeah, nothing is moving forward. He stopped the demigods to do is there to perform their
jobs.
So this is the reason why to give them back their work. So this is what it stands here.
It was in the first sentence.
I mean, he started trying to take all over the whole creation's works, actually. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he take and he stopped all the devadas to do the work, or you mean
okay.
you cannot give the taufan here.
Okay. So that means it's a misuse, lah. Like what Surayu Ataji was saying.
Yeah. So he never allowed that. So everything need to be in order. So this is what this word stands for. So this is where we can learn. So the Lord's coming, where the Lord came to give back the job of the demigods. And Ravana wanted to build a staircase to heaven planet so anyone can elevate it not require pious credit. He challenging the authority of the Lord. He already started created. And if the Lord never came and interfere, what will happen?
Then you will conquer everything.
We will, every one of us who are not qualified to go to the heaven, we will occupy the heaven.
It will create another hell.
Yeah, we'll create the heaven, become the hell then. I walk. So similarly, the modern scientists and atheists reject the authority of the Lord. Same thing is happening now. What's happening?
So that's Prabhu. That's why the God says, whenever it's become adharma to the peak, where the God will take incarnations. So this is how it happens.
Yeah, similarly, so he exhibit a superhuman activity which no human being, including the material advanced Ravana, could perform. And Lord Ramachandra prepared a royal road on the Indian Ocean with a stone that floated on the water. The modern scientists have done research in the area of weightlessness, but it's not possible to bring the weightlessness anywhere and everywhere. But because weightless is the creation of the Lord, which is He can make the planet fly and float in the air. He made the stone even within this earth to be weightless and prepare a stone bridge on the sea without any supporting pillar. That is to display the power of God. So now, in this connection, we can learn another one more things that some point that we can draw here, that the law, even sometime we can see people, when the people say that only Brahmanas, if you see that when Brahmanas saying, they say that there are some pastime, and it's not pastime, historical, that I see that some Indians groups are trying to speak ill about Lord Ram, say that Ram is a Brahmana. Okay, now I'm going to ask you all, is it Ram is Brahmana? Please refer the verse number 22. Is it is a Brahmana?
But I know Ram is a Kshatriyan. Kshatriyas.
Satriya. Oh, okay. You say Satriya. How about Shamsharan Prabhu, Jayanaya Mataji, Sarojini, Bindyasrayu?
Prabhu, isn't he the Lord himself? Why does he need a classification? I don't know, I'm just saying. Like, why does he need to be classified if it's a Brahmana or a Kshatriya? Because he is the Lord himself at the end of the day.
Yeah. But yes, I'm agreed with you, Srayu Mataji. But sometimes, in order to understand the pastime of the Lord, why he appear, we need to see and classify him in a certain perspective that we can understand why he came and performed this lila.
I mean, he has to be in a certain position, sir.
Not positions. Okay, he came to protect the citizens, and he create the Varnashram Dharma. So then, if let's say he take the form of Sudra, can he come and re-establish back the Dharma?
No.
Cannot. Difficult a bit.
Difficult, right? Yeah. So then, what he need to become?
He need to become a higher authority.
Higher authority. Okay, what ashrams need to be take?
Brahmana.
Are you sure Brahmanas? Can Brahmana kill or enlighten anyone?
No, so Kshatriya.
Yeah. So, what the position of Lord? What the position of Ram here?
Kshatriya.
Yes, you are right. What's arguing is going on there? Please share with us. Unmute yourself.
Prabhu, I have a question. You say Brahmana cannot kill.
Yeah, Brahmana won't kill.
So Lord Parshuram was a Brahmana.
He is born Brahmana, but he's Kshatriya.
But he's still a Brahmana. He was born a Brahmana, right?
But he is
Okay. Okay, you need to understand Chaturvarna Mahashishtam Gunakarma Bhagasya. Okay. How you want to define a person? How you want to define a person is a Brahmana or Vaishya or Sudra or Kshatriya? How you want to define them? According to their guna, according to the characteristics they have.
Okay.
Their traits.
All right.
It's not because I'm born from the father of Brahmana and I become Brahmana. The Lord exhibit. Even Parasuram came. Okay, you can open the verse number 20 here.
Is the light? Yes, Prabhu. Verse number 20, open, ready?
Okay, read.
Oh, read. Okay, read.
Translation or the...
I think translation.
Yeah, you can read the translation. The puppet. Puppet is very small.
Okay. In the 16th incarnation of the Godhead, the Lord as Bhrihupati annihilated the administrative class, Kshatriyas, 21 times, being angry with them because of their rebellion against the Brahmanas, the intelligent class. The Kshatriyas or the administrative class of men are expected to rule the planet by the direction of the intelligent class of men, who give direction to the rulers in terms of standard shastras or the books of revealed knowledge. The rulers carry on the administration according to that direction whenever there is disobedience on the part of the Kshatriyas or the administrative class against the orders of the learned and intelligent Brahmanas. The administrators are removed by force from the post and arrangement is made for better administration.
Okay. This is, I'm going to share from Prabhupada's. Can you read can you see this? This is from the caste system and caste out, so you can read this. I highlighted so it can easy for you. Okay. Can you read this? What Prabhupada say? Is it I'm ang or all of you anged? Hare Krishna?
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Bindya Mataji, are you there?
You want me to read or what?
I'm waiting for them actually. Let them come in because this question for questions by them actually. So thank you so much.